Okay, the Pittsburgh Steelers finished 11-5, AFC North champions, but they lost in the first round of the playoffs in the AFC side to the Baltimore Ravens, their division rival. Pros, second best offense, second in passing offense, which is they averaged 301.6 yards per game through the air, and they were sixth in rush defense, which they allowed 100.3 yards per game on the ground. Cons, they're 18th in defense overall. They weren't bad, but once you get into the pass defense, that explains it. 27th in pass defense, which they allowed 253.1 yards per game through the air, and they had some serious issues in the secondary. Cincinnati Bengals finished 10-5-1, second in the AFC North, lost in the playoffs again, this time to the Indianapolis Colts. Pros, sixth in rushing offense. They averaged 134.2 yards per game on the ground. Good special teams. Average offense overall. They were 15th. The cons, offense equals not so good in the playoffs. Let me break it down for you. It's pure simple. Regular season, good. Playoffs, not so good. Andy Dalton's still a question mark. Below average defense. They only collected 20 sacks last season. It seems like they're allergic to playoffs. They really are. And we've seen this time and time again. So, the Baltimore Ravens finished 10-6, finished third in the AFC North, lost in the second round of the AFC playoffs to the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. The plus side, eighth in scoring offense, which is they averaged 25.6. No, it was 25.6 points per game, Sixth in points allowed, 18.9. 12th overall offense, 8th overall defense. Fourth in rush defense, they allowed 88.2 yards per game on the ground. 8th in the rushing offense, they average 126.2 yards per game on the ground. Cons, 23rd in pass defense, they allow 248.7 yards per game through the air. They had to deal with the Ray Rice situation. Honoya Nada was suspended at least 4 games for some sort of violating the league's policy, substance abuse policy. That's pretty much it for the Baltimore Ravens. Cleveland Browns finished last in the AFC North, 7-9. The plus side, 8th in pass defense, 17th in rushing offense. The negative side, 23rd in offense overall. Very garbage in the rush defense. They allow 141.6 yards per game on the ground, which they were dead last. It was more than just those two things. They had issues with the offense. It had everything to do with losing their Pro Bowl center to a broken leg. The running game just completely went out the door. Really bad quarterback situation between Brian Hoyer and Johnny Manziel. The rookies didn't live up to their expectations. Josh Gordon got himself suspended again, failing drug tests like a boss. So the AFC North was the best division in the National Football League. They were a beast. At one point, every single team in that division had a winning record. That should tell you. That should tell you something. Now, let's get to the predictions of the 2015 AFC North. Steelers 10-6, Ravens 10-6. I have Baltimore losing the tiebreaker to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati Bengals 9-7, and Cleveland Browns 6-10. The Indianapolis Colts finished 11-5, AFC South champions, but lost in the AFC title game to the New England Patriots, Super Bowl champs. Plus side, third best offense in the league, third in passing offense, 11th in defense. That's impressive. Very impressive. Negative side, 22nd in rushing offense, which is they average 100.8 yards per game on the ground. The offensive line is very shaky, letting Andrew Luck get roughed up. Speaking of the rushing offense, I'm not so sure about Frank Gore. How much does he have left in the tank? And they need some more weapons on the offensive side of the ball. The Texans finished 9-7, second in the AFC South. The plus side, J.J. Watt, 10th in rush defense and 5th in rushing offense. The negative side, 24th in passing offense, quarterback issues, and things in that nature. Jacksonville Jaguars, oh my goodness. Oh boy. 3-13, third in AFC South. Yay. The plus side, that was the hardest part of all. They're 21st in rushing offense, 22nd in pass defense. Decent players on both sides of the ball, including Blake Bortles as a quarterback for that franchise. Negative side, oh my goodness. 71 sacks allowed. This is the second time in franchise history that the Jacksonville Jaguars allowed 70-plus sacks in a season. That's crazy. 31st in passing offense, 31st in red zone touchdowns. Defense equals bad. That's all I can tell you. And last but not least, the Tennessee Titans, 2-14 and dead last in the AFC South. Really. Plus side, key players on offense and pass defense equaled, ranked 15th. They only allowed 235.8 yards per game through the air. The negative side, garbage in offense overall, 29th, 27th in defense overall. It was just a bad football team. I don't know what else to tell you about that team. The AFC South was the second worst division in the National Football League last season. The only reason why they're not the worst, I'll get to the NFC South later on. Now, let's get to the AFC South predictions 2015. Colts 12-4, Texans 7-9, Jacksonville Jaguars 5-11, Titans 3-13. Get ready for the NFC West and NFC North. Check y'all later. Salute.